In the world of real estate, the stakes are high, but for one agent, a routine showing turned into a nightmare. What happens when trust is betrayed, and a simple job leads to a terrifying kidnapping? This is the chilling true story of Monique Baugh, whose life was forever changed by a sinister plot involving deception and betrayal. Buckle up as we unravel the events that led to her harrowing experience, revealing the darkness lurking beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary lives. The promising career. Monique Baugh was a dedicated real estate agent in Minnesota, known for her charismatic personality and impressive sales record. With dreams of expanding her business, she was eager to take on new clients and properties. Little did she know that her professional ambition would put her in the crosshairs of danger. On a crisp morning in January 2020, Monique received a call from a prospective buyer interested in a luxury property. Excited about the opportunity, she scheduled a showing at a high-end home in the suburbs. The caller seemed genuine, asking all the right questions, and Monique felt a sense of anticipation as she prepared for the meeting. The meeting. The day of the showing arrived, and Monique drove to the property, her heart filled with optimism. She parked her car, checked her appearance in the rearview mirror, and entered the house. Everything felt normal at first. The elegance of the home, the ambiance of the neighborhood, but something was off. As she walked through the property, Monique noticed that her client was late. She shrugged it off, assuming that traffic might have delayed him. However, after a few minutes, she heard footsteps approaching. 4 individuals entered the home, and her heart sank as she realized they weren't there to buy a house. The abduction. The group confronted Monique, brandishing weapons and demanding her to cooperate. Confused and terrified, she attempted to reason with them, but their intentions were clear. They were there to kidnap her, and they weren't going to take no for an answer. Monique fought back, but the odds were against her. The suspects forced her into a waiting vehicle, and within moments they sped away from the scene, leaving behind the lavish home and any sense of security she had once felt. The ordeal. As Monique was driven to an unknown location, she tried to remain calm and think of a way to escape. She quickly assessed her surroundings and attempted to memorize the route. The suspects were agitated, arguing amongst themselves, which gave her a glimmer of hope that they might make a mistake. After what felt like hours, they arrived at a secluded cabin deep in the woods. Monique was dragged inside, her hands tied and her mind racing with fear. She realized that her life was in grave danger and time was running out. The investigation begins. Meanwhile, Monique's family and friends began to worry when she failed to return home that night. Her absence was alarming, and when her colleagues reported her missing, the police launched an investigation. Detectives quickly identified the last known location of Monique's phone and the details of her appointment. With a description of the suspects, investigators worked tirelessly to piece together the events leading up to her disappearance. The search for Monique intensified as her family held vigils, praying for her safe return. The breakthrough days turned into a week, and hope began to dwindle. But then, a crucial break in the case came from a tip. A neighbor reported seeing a suspicious vehicle parked near the cabin where Monique was being held. Acting on this lead, the police conducted surveillance and managed to track down the 4 suspects. They discovered that the suspects had a history of criminal activity, including robbery and violence. The authorities quickly coordinated a raid on the cabin, hoping to rescue Monique before it was too late. The rescue operation on January 16, 2020, law enforcement stormed the cabin, guns drawn and adrenaline pumping. The situation was tense, but they were determined to bring Monique home. Inside, the suspects were caught off guard. A fierce confrontation ensued, but the police managed to overpower the kidnappers and secure the scene. Monique was found tied up but alive. The relief washed over her as officers freed her from her restraints and escorted her to safety. The ordeal had taken a toll on her, both physically and emotionally, but she was finally free. The aftermath. The 4 suspects were arrested and faced numerous charges, including kidnapping and armed robbery. As the case unfolded in court, details emerged about their motivations, which revolved around financial desperation and a plan to extort money from Monique. They believed that targeting a real estate agent would yield a lucrative ransom. Monique's story became a cautionary tale in the real estate community. Agents were urged to take precautions and be vigilant about their safety during showings. Monique, now a survivor, turned her experience into advocacy, speaking out about the importance of safety measures for real estate professionals. A twist of fate. Just when it seemed that justice had been served, a shocking twist emerged. During the trial, it was revealed that one of the suspects had an unexpected connection to Monique, a former client who had become obsessed with her. He had orchestrated the entire plan, convincing his friends to help him carry out the kidnapping, believing that it would somehow lead to a romantic relationship. The revelation left everyone stunned. What began as a seemingly random crime was a twisted tale of obsession and betrayal. Monique's courage in the face of danger, combined with the diligent work of law enforcement, ultimately brought her back home, but the trauma of her experience lingered. Resilience and advocacy. Monique Baugh's story serves as a reminder of the dangers that can lurk behind closed doors and the importance of staying vigilant. Despite the horror of her kidnapping, she emerged as a powerful advocate for safety in the real estate industry. Through her efforts, she aimed to ensure that no other agent would have to endure a similar nightmare. Today, Monique continues to share her story, inspiring others with her resilience and determination. Her experience may have been terrifying, but it ultimately led to positive changes in safety protocols within the profession. Thank you for watching this episode from Velours of the Past. If you enjoyed this journey into mystery and intrigue, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when our next tale from the past goes live.